Nestled in the heart of Ireland, a landscape often described by scientists as a living museum has slowly taken shape. Originally a lake left behind after the retreat of the Great Ice Age glaciers, it now contains vast quantities of preserved plant parts which have accumulated undisturbed over the past 10,000 years. The surface of this extremely rare habitat consists of a soft living carpet of vegetation, floating on a material which is nearly 98% water. So rare is this habitat that we are only now beginning to understand and appreciate its importance in the natural landscape of Ireland. This is a very special type of habitat. Nourished unlike any other landscape on our island, with a unique ecology and a very singular life story. Fed exclusively by precipitation and from mineral salts introduced from the air. They are acidic, waterlogged, exposed, and poor in life-sustaining minerals. Despite all of this, raised bogs have proven to be some of the most fascinating and diverse landscapes known to us today. In fact, it is exactly because of their unique character that they are home to very special species of flora and fauna. Ones that are uniquely adapted to these extreme conditions. Referred to as raised bogs because they rise in height over time as a result of peat formation. They're like enormous sponges of peat moss, full of water, that form a dome-like shape in the landscape. The word raised refers to the dome of peat that would have formed here over millennia, where the peat was deepest in the middle, getting shallower at the edges. Peat habitats are acidic and need to be wet. This combination means that only specialized plants and animals can eke a living here. In the pools and on the hummocks of the bog. The main mammals associated with the high bog are the red fox and the Irish hare. Ireland's native fox is an amazingly adaptive animal. Nearly the only one found right across the spectrum of terrestrial habitats found in Ireland. It'll make its way across the drier parts of the bog, looking out for a tasty morsel. Unlike rabbits, hares don't dig burrows underground. Burrows in peat would be permanently waterlogged. Hence, you don't find rabbits on the bog. Instead, hares nest in forms, hollowed out areas amongst the vegetation. The raised bog is an acidic, nutrient-poor habitat. This limits plant breakdown, but also ensures that the bog is a valuable carbon store. The main bog builders are water-retaining sphagnum species. Some grow in water, others in drier places. The first group of plants you'll notice are the evergreen heathers. These shrubs come into their own in summertime, and they bloom with the beautiful pink and purple flowers. The thin, narrow leaves of the heathers are adapted to retaining moisture, as a large leaf surface would lose moisture to the wind. The three main species here are the ling heather, bell heather, and cross-leaved heath. On your walk, keep an eye out for another beautiful small flowering plant, the bog rosemary, the close relative of the heathers. Throughout the raised bog, you'll notice patches of spongy, soft ground underfoot. These are the all-important sphagnum or bog mosses. These plants, the lifeblood of any raised bog, can be composed of up to 90% water. They contain amazing antibacterial compounds, and together with their soft, spongy nature, they have proven an ideal dressing for wounds, as many soldiers discovered during the First World War. They provide colour on the bog's surface all year round. The various different sphagnum species on Abbeyleix Bog can be red, green, orange, yellow, brown, and all shades in between. This allows active bogs to retain rainwater and prevent flooding, as sphagnum moss can hold up to 20 times its own weight in water. Graminoids is the name given to the plant species that look like grasses. The most prominent on Abbeyleix Bog are the bog cottons. Fluffy white bog cotton and yellow asphodel are obvious in summer. Along with sedges. Their fluffy, white, fruiting heads are striking in summer, but also in winter, their leaves turn beautiful shades of red and orange. Another remarkable species in this family is deergrass, a lover of peaty soil. Deergrass is at its most arresting in autumn and winter. This is a very special group of organisms that graces the Abbeyleix Bog. The result of a symbiotic relationship between algae and fungi. Lichens are the life form that first brought the term symbiosis into the world of biology. The bog hosts many different species. Some, such as the well-named matchstick lichen, are very noticeable with their scarlet red fruiting tips. Also, in amongst the heathers, you'll notice clumps of bearded lichen. This is a close relation of reindeer moss, which the reindeer of Lapland love to eat. Notable ground-nesting bird species include the meadow pipit. In Ireland, this is the favourite species utilised by the cuckoo to raise its young. Lots of insects can be found here also, with some specialists including the large heath butterfly and the dark tussock moth. Standout plants include bog myrtle and cranberry. Another interesting group of species are the insectivores. These amazing insect-eating plants have adapted to cope with the nutrient-poor conditions of the bog by killing and eating insects. One of these species on Abbeyleix Bog is the round-leaved sundew. These specialized sundew plants are small, but well worth getting down on your hands and knees for a closer look. Their round leaves feature red tentacles covered in a sticky substance, hence the name sundew. Any small insect that lands on this sundew is stuck and cannot escape. The insect dies there and is absorbed by the plant. As with most species on the raised bog, the sundews have developed an ingenious method of extracting essential nutrients from this poor, peaty soil.